Alright, give me a second. It's 2 in the morning, random afternoon stream. I was planning to stream yesterday night as usual, but I wasn't super tired per se, but I ended up being only free a little bit late. Like, hold on, let me just move screen real quick. Hi, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I was planning to stream like last night. That I was thinking is like, okay, if I stream Yu-Gi-Oh, it's probably gonna be like 2-3 hours. But at the time, I ended up getting a little bit busier than usual, and I ended up being free at like 11. And I was like, okay, if I stream at 11, I don't want to like wake up at... I don't want to sleep at like... I don't want to finish at 2 a.m. You know? It's like... I mean, I used to do that. I do used to do that a lot. But I'm trying to not do it as much, you know? I'm trying to not just... I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, basically. It's not exactly working, but it is going. So I decided to not, like, stream yesterday. So I was just like, yeah, probably, like, stream the next day instead. I was thinking of streaming in the morning, but then I woke up and I feel giga tired for some reason. So I decided to wait until later. Now I've had my coffee, I have a little bit of an afternoon nap, I should be good. Also, yes, hi. Streaming at midnight was an amazing idea. I mean, I usually stream at midnight. Well, I used to stream at midnight a lot. Now I'm trying to move my night stream schedule to be a little bit earlier so I don't just finish streaming at 3 a.m. or something. But I do always generally stream at night. I mean, I do like an evening stream every once in a while as well, but you know. I still haven't streamed Battle Cats in a little while too. I should do that. Although I don't really know what to stream in Battle Cats. I guess there's like the new summer stuff, which I don't think is really exciting. Actually, there is Abyssals, actually. I guess I could also do Abyssals. I saw Kartoffel playing... Yeah, I saw Kartoffel playing the new Sudden Common Abyssal, and that looks pretty fun. I'll probably do that at some point. Who knows, maybe like tonight I'll just feel like streaming again and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna boot up Battle Cats, like, tonight. But I haven't been keeping up with Battle Cats that much lately. Like, if you've noticed, my last Battle Cats video was a stream from like 2 weeks ago. Like, I need to do more streams of Battle Cats probably for this week or something. I just wish I'm done with this project soon. But yeah. I think for Battle Cats, I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like there hasn't been anything really motivating me to play Battle Cats that much. There are still things to play in Battle Cats. Like, I can still stream ZL, I can stream Colosseum. I haven't done the rank 12 of Colosseum. There are Abyssals, but it just felt like I haven't really felt like I want to be playing Battle Cats in a while. It's just been mostly grinding. It's like, I don't really hate the game, but there just isn't anything super interesting going on. I don't know. I wish some kind of like new tower-like event or something goes up, you know? Like, we haven't had something as big as like Tower or Labyrinth or something like that in a very long time, I feel like. I guess the last thing you can say is technically would be something like Dojo, but that's not the same. Well, I usually don't just talk about Battle Cats on a non-Battle Cats stream, but I did bring it up, so I guess it's fine if you guys want to talk about Battle Cats for a little bit. That being said, I probably still wouldn't answer your help question. If you want to ask for like, oh, which Uber's the best, or what should I do with this Uber and that Uber, I would highly recommend still going to a Battle Cats Discord server. My opinion is not really that important compared to a lot of others. I think a lot of others have pretty good opinion already on, or at least generally trustable opinion on stuff like those sort of stuff. Or if you're asking just some generic Battle Cats question, I would highly recommend just Googling it. Battle Cats is not available in my region. Oh, are you, which was it that took out Battle Cats in their region? Was it Vietnam or something? Xenovator is so cool. I haven't read it. I know it has something to do with banishing face down and like the amount of cards banished, but I haven't actually read through it. Lebanese. Oh, really? I didn't know that's not available for you. Still pretty early because of the Cosmos, but still 29, but not feeling like playing Battle Cats as much. I think Battle Cats definitely has like its own like up and down moments, you know? Oh, I'm gonna drink. Like some parts of Battle Cats is just like, this is just going through slog. And then some parts of Battle Cats is like, wait, this is actually kind of cool. I think like one of the most fun parts, for a fun like part of the progression of a Battle Cats player is when you just start tackling advents. Cause like I think advents are like one of the cooler things going on in the game, right? Like cool, big, flashy boss battle against like a unique boss enemy. And it's just like a cool thing to experience when you're going through Battle Cats and you're just like going through all of these cool advent bosses going back to back to back, you know? But then after you're done with a lot of the advents, it's just kind of like, I guess I'm grinding through legend stages. Is it true Indonesia is the country that produces most coconuts? I don't know. You're gonna have to Google that. I remember trying Battle Cats, but just not really feeling it. It does look fun. Maybe I'll try it again someday. I mean, now Battle Cats does have infinite speed up, so the pacing is like way better. Like going through slog stages is way easier now. And you can still just play at like normal speed against hard stages if you want to lock in. Oh Jesus, why is it so hot and cold right now? Ugh, I'm like sweating, but at the same time it's also cold. Fuck, I hate it here. But yeah, I don't know, it's like, I guess I guess I have been playing Battle Cats for like, God, like, how many years at this point? Like 13 years, maybe more? That's like, basically half of my life. It's not quite half of my life, but it's basically half of my life I've been playing Battle Cats. It's like, I probably gonna get tired at some point, you know? The most fun I had was probably against Perfect Cyclone because I fought it too early, but it was fun strategizing. What kind of strategizing can you even do against Perfect Cyclone? Like, pretty much the only thing you can do is, I guess, either... Well, obviously Sadako, or... I guess Hacker Stack? Unless you mean like Perfect Cyclone Revenge, because that's actually like a pretty interesting stage. But the base perfect cyclone is really just like you either Sadako or you just try to hacker stack or something. Like hacker and sniper stack. Since when stream started? 13 minutes ago, I guess. Your strategy getting involved because of my lack of damage? Lack of damage? I don't feel like you really need that much damage for a perfect cyclone. I guess there are the dark doges, but... Like, I think the most exciting stuff in Battle Cats really is just like either the advent bosses as well as stuff like towers and stuff, which is why it's kind of a shame. I feel like we haven't gotten anything like tower in so long. And even then, even until now, we only have like a few of those sort of stuff. Like we have obviously Heavily and Infernal. We have Labyrinth. I would count Legend Quest as something like that. Like a cool event where you have to like grind through a long kind of like set of stages, you know? It's not exactly unique stages, but I feel like the gimmick itself is already kind of like cool enough. And then you got like Labyrinth, you got, I guess, Dojo, kinda. But aside from that, we haven't gotten anything like that in a long while. Honestly, it would be cool if we get Legend Quest for UL. I feel like it should be fine right now. Why are we talking about Battlecast in a non-Battlecast stream? I just felt like it. I know this isn't a Deltarune stream, but what if the Dark World School gets sealed in Chapter 6? I feel like it gotta get sealed at some point. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I feel like it's entirely possible that it'll get sealed at some point, but I feel like Chapter 6 would be too early. Well, too early as it was like one chapter before the last chapter, but you know, I don't know. I guess it's not entirely impossible, depending on where the story goes. When you get older and want to retire, will any of your children or nephew or nieces take over your channel? Well, you gotta ask my nephew, niece, and children for that case. But like, if you're asking if I would make them take over my channel, and the answer is probably no. I don't see why I would. Chapter 6 is supposed to be the short one with the biggest plot revelation. I feel like it would be mostly flashback, though. Like, I don't think it's gonna be like a quick, short succession of like very fast-paced in terms of plot, but I feel like it's more so going to be talking about the past. Because there is a lot of things in the past that we haven't really been able to talk about, you know, especially with like the whole Asgore stuff. Like, I feel like they gotta talk about the past first. As someone in Twitter have compared it to, it's kind of like that one chapter in Mother 3. The one where Lucas just went through like an entire chapter of Lucas just going through basically kind of like a sort of hallucination or sorta of going through a field of you know, golden flower. It's like a very short chapter. Like legit just like a couple of minutes, like a 2-3 minutes chapter. When most other chapters are like hours long. So you mentioned that despite someone made designs for 4 enemies in chapter 5, only 2 were used for now. I don't remember Toby saying that. There's a lot of elephants Toby needs to address in chapter 7 and 6, yeah. Also, it's kind of funny that you order chapter 7 and 6 and not the other way around. But I still think it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna. This is gonna sound weird. You know the funny thing about like, I think a lot of people have the take of like, oh, Gaster will definitely appear in like the future chapter or something like that, and I just think that's not true. I feel like saying that Gaster will appear is kind of like saying that, okay, I've had this thought for a while, but imagine this. Imagine you're like an alien, right? You're like a complete alien, and you're reading through Earth's Wikipedia page, knowing nothing about Earth's culture. So you know nothing about how human works or whatever like that. And then you read through like their Wikipedia page. Somehow you just know English. You read through their Wikipedia page, and you go through this like Wikipedia of a famous soccer player or something like that, you know? And the story is about how, you know, when this person was a kid, you know, they train hard to be a soccer player, and they went through like this trial and tribulation to finally become a top soccer player and stuff like that. And then at some point you read that like, oh, also the soccer player becomes Christian. And then you read through Christianity, and they were like, oh, who is this like Jesus character? Oh, this Jesus character seems interesting. And then you went through the Wikipedia for the person again, and they were like, yeah, and then they were like a devout Christian, and they would often pray before like winning their soccer matches or whatever. And then you're like, oh, so that's like the Jesus feat. Okay, so Jesus will definitely appear somewhere at the end of the story, right? You know what I mean? It's literally like that with Gaster, where it's like, dude, that's not part of the story. Like, Gaster's not part of the story. I mean, he kind of is. Like, he sort of is definitely related in a certain way, but he's never directly related to the story. Like, he's the story is about. Well, again, it's like obviously Gaster's related. Gaster with the whole Entry 17, something to do with the Dark World. He has something to do with like the creation of Vessel and somehow bringing the player in and stuff like that. But he never was like part of the main story, you know? He's more of like a world building piece rather than a story piece. Like, yes, he is related to the story, but he's pretty disconnected, all things considered. Have you seen a 2-hour-long Deltarune theory by Endtime? I don't think I have. We already know Gaster's behind Deltarune because of ARG Toby made back, but I don't think we'll actually see Gaster. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, again, it's like, I think Gaster is also an entity from an entirely different dimension, where he's more of like an observer rather than someone who will directly partake in the story. So it just doesn't... I just don't see why Gaster needs to be in the story, you know? Like, I think he could, and I think he could be related, but I think he could be really... But I don't think he's going to be directly involved in the story itself, to the point where he's gonna be like just a guy that you see in-game or something. Did I miss the reaction already? No, not yet. I haven't started. Like, he's definitely important, but I just don't see him needing to be in the story. Like, by the end of Deltarune, by the time all of the chapter comes out, we could have no idea who Gaster is or how Gaster looks like, or if, like, Gaster is even, like, in the story or have any influence in the story whatsoever, and I think that would be fine. Like, I think Gaster is completely fine to be this mystery man. Like, I don't think we need closure for Gaster for Deltarune to be a good story. Like, we need closure for Chris and Susie and Ralsei and Noelle. We don't need closure for Gaster. Gaster needs to be in the story, but like not physically in it. I mean, he already is kind of in the story, right? Like, granted, it's still kind of a mystery on how exactly is he related to the story, but he obviously kind of already is. Like, he's at the start. He clearly is the one that somehow brings the player to the Deltarune world, right? And he's also like, he did also like comment on you when you're almost beating the knight and stuff like that. But again, that's like, you know, if you're like an in-game, in-universe character, it's like, how the hell do you even talk to the player between resets, you know? It's like, that's not a thing just any random character can do. That's like an observer, an otherworld entity kind of thing that you get for someone to do that. Like, there's no way you're just a guy. There's a chance the Gaster will get explained in that dealer Toby's third game. True. This Gaster is literally one of the founding characters behind the lore of Undertale and Deltarune. Yeah, but lore and story, I think, is a little bit different. You know, it's like, I think lore is more to like the world building again and stuff, you know? And like, it's fine for certain things in lore to be not fully explained or to be kind of vague and stuff, you know? But like, that's not part of the main story. What I need to know is who intercepted Gaster's conversation with us. Yeah, I think that's more important. Because that's still like unknown, but yeah, I don't know. We need closure for the soul and only one of the gang that doesn't know the prophecy, by the way. I mean, Chris probably knows. Technically, we're not part of the gang. Well, kinda, but you know. I used to play a lot of Magic Online. Is this similar? I mean, it is a card game. But there's no mana system. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! is a very different card game compared to a lot of, like, other current card games or popular card games. It's super fast-paced, and it's more of a puzzle game, if anything, nowadays. You know, it's kind of funny. Is it weird to say Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, like, more comparable to Pokemon than a lot of other card games, where... Because a lot of other card games, well, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways, like, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not like other card games where you're kind of like, you know, going through your cards one by one and then building up your resources and then trying to, like, swing for tempo and stuff like that. But I think it's closer to a Pokemon where you're like, okay, these are the stuff given to you, these are the stuff that you pick, these are what's given to you, and this is your enemy, and now you just have to outsmart your enemy. And sometimes luck may be involved. Sometimes you may crit, sometimes you may not. Sometimes your opponent might just call your bluff or something and like happen to do things at the right time. Sometimes your opponent just starts with a team that completely counters what you do. Sometimes it's just like that, you know? It's not like other card games. I don't know. I got filtered of Yu-Gi-Oh! PvP because my friend farmed cards for 24 hours in release. What do you mean farmed cards? Can we scalp Yu-Gi-Oh? I mean, technically you can, but it's not going to be as good. I honestly think Pokemon TCG... Oh, no. I'm not thinking of Pokemon TCG. I'm thinking of, like, Pokemon. Like, Pokemon Champions Pokemon. Not like TCG Pokemon. Like, actual Pokemon. Because, like, I don't actually know how Pokemon TCG works. I'm saying, like, actual Pokemon, you know? Where you're just, like, you have this team, and you open with this team, and you look at the enemy have this team, and then you just go have a little bit of a back and forth of... you know, trying to outsmart and outbluff each other and stuff. And sometimes the enemy team might just be using really cheap tactics or something that completely counters your team. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm not talking about like TCG Pokemon. I'm talking about like actual Pokemon. Japan is finally starting to look into ending scalpers with a lot of regulations. I feel like they have been trying to add like a lot of regulations to a lot of things, right? But like, I don't know exactly how they would do it that would completely stop scalpers from doing what they do. Because like they already have stuff like, you know, the Pokemon TCG machines and stuff that like allows you to, you know, you can only get like one per person or something like that. Like that's already happened every now and then. But it doesn't really stop them from anything like that. Being pushed really hard is most likely due to the tragedy that happened earlier this year. Someone died, didn't they? Oh yeah, no, yeah, I remember. Yeah, there was like someone that like robbed and murdered a person, like a shop owner or something like that for like Pokemon, I think, right? Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But like, that's the thing, right? Like, how exactly are you gonna stop people like that? I feel like the only way to stop people like that is to just devalue your own products, aka just reprint cards or whatever, so that people don't go into crazy lengths in scalping your products or whatever. But obviously, I don't think they're gonna do that. So like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what they could have done, really. What was the person that stalked an employee at the official Pokemon Center and killed them? Yeah, it's like honestly, what can you do aside from just devaluing your stuff so that people don't go too crazy on it? Because like, even if you put a bunch of regulations, like people are going to find loopholes for it, and that's if anything might just make people go into even more extreme lengths in trying to scalp your products. So I don't know, like, I don't know, man. The things people do for money is just like, Jesus, man, like, it's just crazy that you can like live for 50, 60 years and or like even like 40, 50, 60 years full of life, full of amazing memories and people around you that appreciate you and stuff, and then one day it's just all taken away because a guy wants to sell Pokemon cards. You know, like, it's just insane to think about. Not even like 40, 60, sometimes it's just like 20s too. Like you're barely enjoying life, and then it's just stopped short because some guy wants to sell fucking Pokemon cards for a couple of $100. I feel like Pokemon is so huge right now that they won't really do anything crazy to devalue their company. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't think they're gonna do anything that can actually change it. Like, props on them for trying, but I don't see any way out of this complete mess without just devaluing your own cards. Haven't seen you stream in a while. I mean, I've been streaming every once in a while, but you know. But yeah, anyways, it's like a country-wide act. It's very heavily enforced. But like, what would they do exactly though? Like, hire police or something? Like, hire police and protect store owners? Like, hire bodyguards on like any place that sells Pokemon cards? They're just suing them in international courts. I don't think they're gonna be able to sue them all. I mean, this is Pokemon, I guess, but I don't know, man. I can see it like reducing the amount, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna like completely stop people. Like, we already have law against, you know, theft and murder, and people still do it, you know. Like, will that really stop people from doing this? We already have law against basic theft and basic murder for God knows how long, and people still do it for a couple of $100. But I mean, I don't know. I hope it's going well, but they're making you have to have a specific ID for buying Pokemon products. I feel like that's probably something that's gonna have loopholes, but yeah, I just hope it doesn't happen as often. But yeah. Anyways, that's all about other non-Yu-Gi-Oh card games for now, and enough about Battle Cats for now. So, let's talk about the Xenovader cards. This is I don't actually really understand how like these sort of like Yu-Gi-Oh card reveals work. It's like, where is exactly, okay, who actually like announces this first or something like that? It's like, where do you get like your Yu-Gi-Oh news from the origin? Like, what is the original source of like a Yu-Gi-Oh new pack or whatever like that? It's like, where do you even get that kind of information? I assume there has to be like some kind of website where they announce these sort of stuff. Or I'm gonna talk about the Race Moon cards. Is it this one? Yeah, I already have the tab open. I'll talk about that as well. But yeah, it's like, I don't really know how Yu-Gi-Oh does it and like revealing cards and stuff. Physical or no, I mean like these, like the Xenovader stuff. It's like, where do people get the news for stuff like this? Oh, it's probably this, right? There's literally a source at the bottom of the page. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I guess they have like a news section for their official Yu-Gi-Oh website. They just spawn. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, either of millions is here. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I guess that answers the question. There's comics? Oh, like the OG comic. That's pretty funny. I thought it was gonna be like a different I don't know why I'm thinking of it like it's gonna be a different comic. Obviously, it's gonna be the basic the basic comic. Also, V-Jump. What is V-Jump again? I guess it's like a magazine or something? There are new comics? What even is the new comic? I only know there's like the OCG structure comic or whatever. But I don't know who the fuck these are. Rush Duel? There's a Rush Duel comic? What is E7? I don't know what the fuck this is. I know this one. Wait, what is this called again? I really don't remember. Is this Zexal? No, wait, this is Zexal, never mind. This is Zexal, this is Arc V. I think I've seen this protagonist before, but I don't remember. Wait, is this not the protagonist of... Like... Oh, whoops. Is that not Arc V? Is it not him? 2005Ds? I have not watched any of the anime past the original season. I've watched a little bit of GX, like I know about Jade and Yuki. I've seen a little bit of early GX, and that's about it. Like, I barely see anything on GX. Everything else I haven't seen. I might have seen clips of some of them. I've definitely seen clips of like a little bit of 5Ds. I've seen a little bit of clips of... I think Arc V. I think I've seen a little bit of Arc V clips as well. But I never actually like sat down and watched the entire thing and stuff. There's OCG structure and OCG stories. Wait, what's the difference? I know they're more like grounded in modern day decks, right? But that's all I know. They gave the MC a motorcycle. It seems like people really like the motorcycle. I think I saw a little bit of clips of... was it Arc V? Or was it Zexal? The one where you like... the one where you can have like action cards or some shit? Where like in the middle of the duel you can like grab some random cards from like random ass places that just spawns like in the middle of a tree or something like that. Like you just grab them off of like a tree or just like grab them off of a fucking sidewalk and then you just use them on your turn or some shit. And I thought that I'm sorry, I thought that's stupid. Like, I think it's cool when Yu-Gi-Oh is about like outsmarting your enemies and shit like that. But then when you just put it where it's like, oh, I move fast and therefore I pick up a random ass card from a tree where it says negate your effect. It's like, what? Like, I'm sorry, that's lame. What I also don't know is how some decks have so much lore and story. Like, does that release when the cards themselves get revealed, or when does it happen? I think part of it is just like... obviously, it's just implied from the pictures, but then I guess at some point they also release, like, some books or something about the lore of them. I don't know. Structures is high schooler playing advanced Yu-Gi-Oh! And stories is stories of the archetype. Oh, I see, I see. That's pretty cool. Why are they all chibi here? What is sevens? I don't think I've seen... what the fuck is this? I don't think I've seen this at all. E7. But yeah, I have not really looked that much into the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. But I know some of them does go hard, but I just don't... I just can't take the action card stuff seriously. Like, it literally just feels like I'm gonna pull a random card out of my ass. Which, like, I guess is supposed to be kind of like for pacing and just for cool action moments, but I don't know, I just feel like it's so cheap to just be like, I'm gonna go and like grab some random card from a tree and then negate your effect with it. Like, what the fuck are you saying? And it happens so much too. Like, I've seen multiple clips of that, and it's just like, it's just so lame. Like, you just see their boards and think it's like, oh, what'll they do with like their cool monsters and spells and traps they set on the field? And then they just do nothing about it, and they just win because they like run over, like they just run to a building and grab a random card that says negate, and it's like, what? I didn't grow up in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I tried to tried to watch all of it in 1 month. They didn't make it past 5D. They just started doing stuff. I mean, they already started doing stuff from like the early Yu-Gi-Oh as well, but you know. The plot was lost when they had a character who had dinosaur DNA in GX. I don't know. I think those sort of stuff is fine. Like, introducing fantastical element to Yu-Gi-Oh has always been part of Yu-Gi-Oh, I feel like. Like, literally the first protagonist is basically haunted by a spirit of a pharaoh millions of years back that looks exactly like him, you know? Like, having someone with a dinosaur DNA is not that crazy in the Yu-Gi-Oh universe, I feel like. I would recommend the structure. Is really fun to read and see similar game states you would see, like getting Maxi behind board, for example. Yeah, I think I've seen people, like, very much compliment structures. I wish it's animated, though. Like, I think it'll be cool if it's animated, but I guess it's fine for now. I haven't read it, but I know people say that, like, anyone... but I know people who read it say it's, like, it's really good. And I think they completely skip combos as well, right? Like, they just say it's, like... They just have a general gist of, like... Okay, this is their starting hand, this they get hand-trapped here, and therefore... This is the end of the board, right? And I think it's cool. There's like medical stuff in 5Ds where I left at. There's just a guy hour farming with a bike while doing battles with other people's on bikes. I don't know, I think it's fine. I think that's cool. Like dueling on bikes is a pretty weird gimmick, but I think it's fine. Like, as long as there's like actual logic battle game going on, I think it's cool. Like, I think I saw, oh man, I remember actually watching one of the duels of 5Ds, I think, where they were fighting against the guy who tried to summon Zushin, and I thought that was really funny. I thought that was really cool. They skip turn 1 and draw a general panel of the end board. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think it's a really cool way to do it, where it's just like, alright, we'll just skip the combo, this is the end board, and now the real Yu-Gi-Oh begins, you know? It was also the 4-kit stuff because I never found any other version. I think 4-kits... Oh man, I remember 4-kits, like... I remember someone saying that the 4-kits dub actually straight up, like, skips certain arc. Like, entire arcs, entire season just gets skipped over by 4-kits dub, I think. I think in GX that happened. Like, there was, like, a couple of arcs that were completely skipped in the 4-kits dub. Like, they just straight up don't exist. Like, certain storylines just straight up don't exist. Which is pretty crazy. It also completely changed the dates. I guess that's not that crazy, but yeah. Oh, Fate? Oh, right. Yeah, I think, what was it, like Pegasus is actually, like, fine in the end, and... Bandit Keat, I think, also survived, right? Despite literally getting shot in the head. And there's also, like, the Kaiba and Yugi movie where technically in the manga, Kaiba never actually saw the ceremonial duel, but in the anime he does. So it's a little bit weird as well in that regards. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. We haven't we have not looked at any of these cards, dude. Like we're 45 minutes in, 47 minutes in. We have not looked at a single one of these cards. We've just been staring at this for so goddamn long. Alright, let me just read this. Xenovader. So, new stuff, new cards. I've not really seen... I have seen people talk about this a little bit, and I know this has something to do with banishment face down, and the amount of cards banished face down, but I haven't actually seen what individual cards do. So, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 monster cards, and 1 spell, 1 trap. And this is called Xenovader Delta, I guess. I think I saw someone on Twitter also mention, it's like, wait, Delta? Like Delta of Invitation? Like, would that count as a Delta card? Anyways, so let's read. So this is the first monster is a level 1 monster, level 1 Dark Psychic with 100 and 1000. Xenovader, Emptiness of Gehenna. Gehenna? Isn't Gehenna like something in Blue Archive or something like that? Isn't that like a place in Blue Archive? I'm pretty sure I've seen some people in like Blue Archive discussion talking about Gehenna. But anyways, you can only use card name 1 and 3 once per turn each. 1, if you control no monster, special summon this card from your hand. 2, if this card is normal or special, banish face down the top card of your deck. So this is not once per turn? Banish face down the top card of your deck, so only the first one? Okay. 3, during your main phase, you can add up to 2 of your face down banished monster. Oh. 2 of your banished Xenovader monsters with different names to your hand, except this card. Also, you cannot activate cards or effect for the rest of the turn except Xenovader cards or effects. Ooh, that's a really tough lock. That's a pretty rough lock, actually. Damn. So it completely locks you into this. That's kind of crazy. Okay. So this can grab face down banish cards? That's interesting. Is this the first time a card is able to like directly choose which banish face down cards you want to like interact with? Because like obviously we have stuff like, I don't know, like Necroface, where you know you can return banish face down cards and stuff, or a Rice Heart where you can choose which banished cards gets eaten, but like it's basically random, right? Like you basically, it's just the same card, like you basically just have to like kind of gamble on like which one you get. But you can actually like interact on which specific banish face down cards you want to use. That's actually interesting. This is the first time they do that. That is interesting. Gizmek is the first Gizmek. Gizmek doesn't interact with banish face down card, it just banishes card face down. Gizmek. Well, I don't know which one specifically. That's Kushtira. Wait, what did I say? Did I not say Kushtira? Because, like, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like Naganaki? Special summon from your deck when you can banish the card from your graveyard to your hand. Add to your hand one of your banished face down machine monster who's attacked. Oh yeah, this one does allow you to choose a banished face down card. Yeah, that's interesting. So I guess it is not the first one. Yeah, that you can actually choose which one you wanna grab. Yeah, that's interesting. There exists returning with the Spatter and Cyframe Omega where you can choose but not adding. Oh, wait, you can do that with the Spatter? But I also don't know is how some decks have so much lore. Oh, wait, yeah. Well, I didn't know you can do that with something like the Spatter. I thought you can't interact with, like, banish face down cards like that. I love card games having multiple cards with the same name. Is there multiple cards with the same name? What do you mean? But yeah, so I guess this is not a completely unique thing, but it is still, like, relatively unique in the sphere of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I suppose. This card's name is named after Gehenna, a destination of punishment in Judaism. Okay, this is definitely a place in Blue Archive. That's all I know this name is from. Okay. So let's read the other one. This is level 2. Sora no Ikai Sheol, Xenovader of Sky Sheol. Level 2 Psychic Effect 1200, 200. You can use 1 and 3 once per each. Let me guess. The second one is if this card is normal, special summon, banished. Oh, top 2 cards of your deck. Daring today, are we? First one is if you control a Xeno Vader, special summon this card from hand. During your main phase, you can add up to 2 of your face down banished Xeno Vader spells or traps. Also, you cannot activate cards or effects for the rest of this turn except Xeno Vader. Okay, so this grabs monster. This grabs spell and traps. The other effects are basically just special summoning. Okay, cool. Level 3. Wait, all of these are different as well. It's like this one is Utsuru no Ikai. This one is Sora no Ikai. I guess right, the Sora is the sky one. Ao no Ikai Tuonella. Xeno Vader Blue Tuonella. Level 3 Water. Psychic effect 302,000. Wow, 2k booty on level 3. That's pretty funny. You can only use 1 and 3 once per turn each. Wow, I'm getting to see. I'm seeing a pattern. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so going second, that's nice. Banish face down 3 of your top deck, and during your main phase, you can special summon one of your face down banished level 5 or higher Xeno Vader monsters. Okay, special summon level 5 or higher. And there's 3, 4. So there's 4 cards that are level 5 or higher. Okay, cool. So this is kind of like a going second-ish card, but also... This gives me like Tier 11 vibes for some reason. How did you guys get into Yu-Gi-Oh? It looks fun, but also complicated. The anime was funny. Yeah, that's about right. A Rise Heart does let you choose any specific banished face-down card, but no card has ever specified what kind of banished face-down card. I mean, yeah, but when you're doing it with a Rise Heart, you are on the opponent's point of view, right? And you technically, it's a gamble, right? Like if they have multiple banished face-down cards, it's like you basically kind of just randomly choose which one is it. Tuonella, the Fetish Realm of the Dead. Oh, so all of these are like multiple afterlife destination from like different religions and different beliefs. That's interesting. Ooh, Naraka. Yeah, Naraka is basically like hell. Okay, so this one is level 4. Ake no Ikai Naraka, Xeno Vader Scarlet Naraka. Level 4, Fire Psychic, 1700, 400. 1/3 once per turn each. Banish face down 4 when summoned, and the first one is if your opponent special summon a monster, you can special summon this card from hand. Okay, kinda hand trap-ish. And during your opponent's main phase, you can special summon one of your banish level 5 or higher Xeno Vader. Also, you cannot activate for the rest of the turn of Xeno Vader. Isn't this the same with this one? Oh, this one is during your main phase. That's really funny. So the level 3 is for your turn. The level 4 is for the opponent's turn. That's pretty funny. Okay. That seems cool so far. But we haven't seen any of the payoff yet. Like all of these just been banish cards from your deck and then grab them or summon them. But we haven't seen any payoff yet. Which I assume will be these 4. Because these are all the level 5 and higher. Okay. Tente Ikai. Tente Ikai Yomi. Sky Thunder Xeno Vader Yomi. Okay. Level 5, Psychic Effect. 1000 attack. 2500 booty. You can only... Oh! This is different now. You can only use this card's name 1 effect once per turn. And the other one is soft, I guess. You can reveal this card in your hand. Banish it face down. And if you do add... one of your face-down banished Xeno Vader cards to your hand, except for level 5 monster. Oh, okay. So you can kind of like banish this, grab one of the lower level Xeno Vader, and then summon this back or something like that. And then when this is summoned, banish top 5 card of your deck. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can shuffle one of your face-down banished Xeno Vader monster with the same attribute. If you do negate attribute. So level 4 is fire. Level 3 is water. Level 2 is light. Level 1 is dark. I guess that does cover a decent amount. Okay. And it's a soft once per turn too. Yeah, this is a soft once per turn. So I guess if you have multiple of this, you can do it multiple times. And as long as you have enough cards in your like banishment, that's cool. That's pretty all right. All right, I can see that. I can see that. And now level 6, Sore Ikai Helheim, Burial Summit Xenovader Helheim. Right, this is Norse mythology. Level 6 Psychic Effect, 2400, 1200. You can only use one once per turn. During the main phase, you can reveal this card from your hand, banish it face down. If you do so, you summon one of your face down banished Xenovader monster, except a level 6 monster. Okay. This can summon anything, and it's also a turn 0 play. Wow, that is pretty interesting, actually. And this card is normal, especially banish top 6. And 3 other Xenovader cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. Ooh, okay. It's also a protection. That seems pretty nice. They have no extra deck monsters, right? Yeah, they have no extra deck monsters whatsoever, so that's pretty cool. I guess you can be very creative with your extra deck stuff. All of these does lock you into only be able to activate Xenovader. Well, most of them anyways. Most of the effects does like lock you into certain Xenovader cards. But the level 5 and level 6 doesn't, so there is that. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. You can definitely be very creative with your extra deck choice for here. That's all right. That's cool. That's cool. And now level 7 Psychic Effect, Kyoran Ikai Plutonian, Matt Tempest Xenovader Plutonian. Plutonian is holy shrine dedicated to Pluto and Hades, usually built over natural caves and fissures that emitted particularly toxic gases. That's interesting. You can only use one once per turn. Quick effect, reveal this card and one other Xenovader, banish both face down, and if you do, draw 2. Ooh, okay. That's cool. It allows you to grab 2 and also banish a card to, like, save them for later, I suppose. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty good. If this card is normal or special, banish face down top 7 of your deck. Once per turn, you can shuffle one of your banished Xenovader, then you can shuffle one monster your opponent control with the same attribute. Oh, wow, okay. You really gotta play the light and dark one for sure for this one. You really gotta play the level 1 and level 2. I guess that's pretty cool. This is a very matchup dependent, like, deck building, right? Like, depending on, like, what your opponent... depending on who you're fighting, like, certain of the Xenovader cards might be good or might not be good. That's pretty cool. Turn 0, draw 2, yeah. I mean, you banish 2 as well, but at the same time, like, that's also value. That's pretty crazy. A lot of these have, like, turn 0 plays. I guess this is more of a going second kind of thing. Well, I mean, not really. There are... Like, you can still set up this card, right? Like... Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Pretty scary, actually. I don't know. You gotta play all of the max copies or this deck demands you to play high engine, otherwise you won't hit. That is true. It's kind of like tier elements, right? Where, like, if you put too much non-engines, you're just like losing on the gambling. It feels like a cycle deck. What do you mean cycle deck? Okay, and the last monster, Kyoshoku Ikai Jahannam. Emptiness Devouring Xenovader Jahannam. That's a mouthful, but that's also a really cool design. Level 8 Dark Psychic, 3000 to 2400. No once per turn. If this card is normal or special, banish face down top 8 cards. Gain these effects based on the total number of face down banish cards. 10 cannot be destroyed by battle. 20. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one card in the field, destroy it. 30. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can add one of your face-down banished cards to your hand. Ooh, like literally anything. And 40. Skip both players' phases. What the fuck? Okay. Sure. That's alright. I mean, that's pretty funny. During your opponent's end phase, you can add one of your face-down banished cards to your hand. I guess they want you to be a little bit on like the grind game or something with this then, huh? That is very funny. Cause like, yeah, if you get into the grind game and you just like skip both players' draw phase, like you're just fucked. That's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. Sorry guys, we can't play this turn, my card said so. I think like going second, like turn 0 cards are pretty cool. They are pretty annoying to fight against, but conceptually I think they're pretty cool. I guess you definitely can't play too much non-engines, but like that's still a nice concept for a deck. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't know exactly how good this will be. It might not be that amazing, but I feel like you can do some pretty creative shit with this, especially with like the extra deck stuff. Their names are underworld from various religions and places. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Alright, the spell and trap. There's one spell and one trap. Ikai Ryoiki Valvos. Xenovator Territory Valvos. Oh, it's a field spell. Activate this card by banishing face down 5 cards from your graveyard and or the top of your deck. Okay. You can only use this card's name 1 effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can add 1 face down banished innovator cards to your hand. Okay. And your opponent cannot activate cards or effect Huh? Your opponent cannot activate cards or effect during your turn while you control a level 5 or higher Xenovator monster, and if you have no cards in your deck. What the... Oh my god, that is... Okay. Usually, I don't really like, you know, cards that says your opponent cannot activate cards or effect at all. But like, this activation condition is pretty fucking funny. And this is also only during your own turn, right? Like, so it doesn't stop your opponent from playing their turn. But still, that's so funny. Can't you force the no cards thing with turn skip, or am I dumb? Wait, what do you mean? Force the no cards thing with the turn skip? Oh, you mean like with the skip the draw phase thing? I mean, I guess this... Oh, yeah, I guess the skip both players draw phase is actually to make sure you don't deck out, right? That's actually probably why this is here. I just realized that's what it is. This isn't to stop your opponent from playing. This isn't just to stop your opponent from going to grind games. This is to stop you from decking out. That's so funny. The idea is you mill until you have no cards left. John and skips the draw phase so you don't lose. That's really funny. That's so funny. That's so... Okay. That's actually amazing. It's not just to be funny, yeah. It's to make sure you don't actually lose. That's hilarious. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's not just to be funny, it's to be super funny. That's true. Alright, and the trap... What is this? This artwork is pretty cool. It is like... This guy opening like literally seven different hell. That's really funny. Ikai Shinpan, Xenovator Judgment. It's a continuous, okay. If your opponent normal or special summon a monster, you can target one of them. Choose one of your face down banished Xenovator monster with the same attribute and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Also, you cannot choose the same attribute again with this effect's card name, and you cannot activate cards or effects of Xenovator cards or effects. Okay, so sort of, it's kind of like well, what's it called? Like the there's a Gen X card that is like this, right? Also, let me mute real quick. I need to blow my nose. Anyways. But yeah, there's a Gen X card that is like this, right? Where it's like you have to... you can like... If your opponent activates something, you can negate the effect if you have something with the graveyard with the same attribute. With the... I forgot what it is, but it's definitely a Gen X card, I think. Funny enough, if your opponent managed to force you into a draw card with an empty, you still lose. That is true. That is true. That's pretty funny as well. This deck certainly has the potential to be good. I think like it can definitely be interesting with like different extra deck type cards. Like you can play like a lot of like generic extra deck cards that might not really need to activate effects to do something. I think the one that I'm thinking right now is like, you can play like Gorgon of Zilftania, you know, where you don't really need it to activate its effects for it to be good, or something like that. If like it's just missing something, it's missing floodgates, is what it is. It's missing Dimensional Shifter. I've played Cup of Ace to either deck to make them draw 2 myself. That's pretty funny as well. Probably will be better if they add more Xenovaders. I guess if they just have like... I don't know, like Xenovader extra deck monsters maybe? Like I can see them making like Xenovader Link or something like that maybe, I don't know. Oh, also I haven't read this one. Once per battle, during damage calculation, if your Xenovader monster battles an opponent monster and you have no cards in your deck, you can make that opponent's monster attack become 0. That's not as cool, but I guess it's helpful. I guess you really do want to play with like 0 cards, huh? But it would also be a little bit fucked if you just like... either destroy or if you can just somehow remove this card at the end of your own, like if you're fighting Xenovader and the opponent have like 0 cards in their deck and they have this card to stop them from drawing on their next draw phase, it's possible that like at the end of the at like the end phase you somehow is able to you're somehow able to remove this card from the field. And then your opponent's just like, well, now I have to draw. Pot of Desire is like plus 11 in this deck. That is true. That's so funny. This deck dies to 1 Dark World dealing. That is true as well. I guess like maybe it shouldn't be your entire game plan to completely deck out. Because, like, yeah, you're still gonna be, like, in very close to death when you have 0 cards in your deck. Where's the card that forces your opponent to draw every card? What do you mean by that? I mean, you can also just play, like, you know... Necroface, basically, right? Like, just play Necroface. It's like, oh, you have like 40 banish face down card? Yeah, I'm gonna normal summon Necroface. I mean, obviously they can negate it, but you know, it's like if you can bait out their negation or whatever, you just normal summon Necroface. I mean, you can also play what's his name? Grand Maju or whatever. And technically, I guess this would also be weak like DD Dynamite, right? Yeah, DD Dynamite would also just basically like one-shot them. And they don't have a spell and trap negation, I think, right? Like they have monster negation. Yeah, I think they only have monster negation. So you can just side DD, like a single DD Dynamite or some shit like that. and then they banish like 40 cards, and then you just like set down DD Dynamite, pass during their turn, flip open DD Dynamite, and they just lose. But these are like very specific cards, so it's not like, you know, people are just gonna side DD Dynamite in like a random event. Like, this deck definitely has certain weakness, but it's not like generic weakness. This is an antagonist deck, that is true. Aside from obvious, Lance is practically immune to Ash and Ghost Spell. Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, because Ash doesn't negate for banishing cards from deck, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess there are... there is stuff like this one, right? Like Kyoran Ikai, where you you can still draw 2. Like, you banish both and then draw 2. Like, Ash can negate this one. They would have to ban this card if the deck becomes meta. What, DD Dynamite? Grand Maju and Pot of Desire stocks are going up. It is pretty funny. Oh yeah, there's also Eater of Millions, right? Yeah, Eater of Millions. What does Eater of Millions do again? I suddenly don't remember. Eater of Millions. Must be special summon from your hand by banishing 5 or more cards from your hand, field, and or extra deck face down. Gain 100 for each face down banish. Cannot be attributed nor used for material. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can banish that opponent's monster face down. Yeah, this is also basically a honorary Xenovator card, essentially. Which is why they also reprint it here, right? Yeah, Eater of Million, Pot of Desire. Oh, Small World! Right, yeah, Small World also banish face down. Wait, can Small World search all of these? Hold on. They're all psychic. And that's like the Small World bridge, right? They're all different levels. They're all... Well, most of them are different attributes. Like, some of the lights and darks are multiple. But they all also have like different stat line as well. 100,000, 1200, 200, 300, 2k, 2000, 1700, 400, 1000, 2500, 2400, 1000, 112. I guess you can't search everything, but like... No, yeah, you basically can search everything, actually. That's interesting. Small World is a very interesting card in this deck. Because you can not only search everything, you can also banish face down everything. Ooh. Small World is very interesting in this deck. That's awesome. All of them are psychic, but every single stats are different. Yeah, like you can literally bridge anything into Small World. Anything with Small World, and you can banish like specific cards that you want to banish face down as well on top of it. That's really interesting. When are we getting an anime-accurate Toon World deck? Well, that's just the modern Toon World, right? And nobody likes it. They created a deck that plays into the most unused Charmy. Wait. Do you get draw from Meows from face down? From banish? Face down? I guess so. I guess so, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I guess it just says, like, special summon from any graveyard or banishment. So, yeah, that's interesting. Meow stock going up. That's really funny as well. I would want to say never, but we'll get it in November. Oh, boy. Yeah, I guess you can use Meows here as well. That's pretty funny. Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentrion Sky Slasher. Oh, this is the... well, this is a different Gizmek than the one that you say earlier, right? But Gizmek Orochi. What does this one do? If this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can banish 8 cards from the top of your deck face down, special summoned. You can banish 3 cards from your extra deck face down and target one face of monster in the field, destroy it. Wow! Oh, you can only use once per turn, once per turn. Okay. I mean, that's still... Wow, banish 8. Yeah, that's also really good for this deck. Wow, okay. Interesting. I need my Toon World deck to steal the souls of my opponent, not just metaphorically. You gotta play Seal of Orichalcos. At least Small World and Pot are ashable. Yeah, but they're still gonna like Pot. The Pot banishment is part of the cost, right? So you can't ash the cost to banish face down. Small World, I think the banishment is part of the effect, right? So you can, I guess, ash Small World entirely. Yeah. So I guess you can entirely ash Small World, but like the banishment face down with Pot of Desires is still gonna be like part of the activation, so or part of the cost, so I really hope they don't let this archetype rock because it seems really interesting. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool so far. It's definitely one of the more interesting archetypes we've seen in a while, I think. Well, I wouldn't say in a while, but like one of the more interesting archetypes in general, I think. That's pretty cool. I'm also glad that this doesn't interact with your opponent's banish cards, because I think that would incentivize obvious floodgates, but at the same time I feel like this already kind of incentivized, like, you know, force banishment floodgates, shifter and stuff. But even then, I don't think it's really gonna be like part of their big game plan either. I don't know. I think it's neat. When I saw people talking about this deck and talking about like banishment face down, my initial reaction was like, oh my gosh, please don't give us another Kushtira. You know, it's like, please don't just like randomly banish like opponent's card face down or whatever, because like that'll be annoying as hell. But like this is actually pretty cool because you're the only one that can actually check out, that can actually interact with your own like face down banishment. I think that's cool. Pretty relatively healthy-ish, you know. All this to get overshadowed by the new Blue Eyes deck. New Blue Eyes deck? I mean, I did see the new Blue Eyes card, but I think a lot of people seems to be not too interested because you have to play like 3 Blue Eyes in your deck. I mean, you can also make Magia, but you know, it's like most of the time when you make Magia, you kind of already win. But yeah, that's cool. So that is Xenovator Delta. Meow, thank you for the $3. What do you mean tutorial? What are you talking about? I'm just making that up. I don't know much about modern releases. Oh. They have like a new Blue Eyes fusion where it's basically Blue Eyes Ultimate. And the individual card itself is actually like pretty powerful. It's very hard to take out, but it's, a lot of people seem to say it's not super worth using because you just have to bring like 3 Blue Eyes in your deck, and that's just a bad draw. And like on one hand I get it, on the other hand I play Skull Servants. Like my deck is filled to the brim with bricks, so it's not that crazy for me. Teach me to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Hell no. Magia flows into it, but that's not what makes Magia good. Yeah. Imagine telling Yuki about the state of modern Blue Eyes deck. Yeah, meanwhile, I mean, we do have Rolad, right? The Ritual of Light and Dark. That's technically Yugi cards, you know? So It's not like Yugi cards are like completely out of meta. Like the Ritual of Light and Darkness is still like a pretty good deck as far as I know. Yugi has a meta deck right now, yeah. I think I saw I saw fucking Joshua Schmidt, of course, playing Rolat with Runics. And it's like, oh my god, dude, this guy actually mixes Runic with everything. You know the Subspace Battle tech with Skull Servant? Yeah, I know about that. The only problem, and the only reason why it's not in my Skull Servant deck, it's because it's a UR. You mean Yugi Slop? Something like that. I mean, you can say, what's it called? Where did I suddenly forgot? Shining Sarcophagus is also Yugi Slop, right? Maybe Rolat is Yugi Gem, and Shining Sark is Yugi Slop. But yeah, that is Xenovader Delta. And then we have another one. Hit the jackpot with Raise Moon. They're using the Jotaro GIF. That's so funny. I don't know what DBGV is. I assume this is like the pack name or something. Let me get a drink real quick. Okay, hit the jackpot with Raise Moon. Let's go gambling. Let it ride. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. Is this Mume? Mume? Now hold on. Nanashi Mume from Hololive English? What are you doing here? It's crazy. 3, 4, 5. Let me guess, there's 7 of them. Who is this? It's just a turtle. Oh no, there's 6. Okay, 6 main monster. 1, that's an extra deck monster. 2 extra deck monster. Ooh, that's the turtle but big. Okay, 2 extra deck monster. Literally casino as a spell. Gambling trap. That face is really funny. What is that face? It's like, wow. Oh no, there's more. Oh no, these are reprints. Magical Mallet? Okay, so 1 spell, 1 trap, 2 extra deck monster, and 6 main deck monster, and all of them are level 7 because it's 777, of course. Jackpot, that's really funny. The pack name is Glorious Victor, I see. Every time I hear word slop, it reminds me of 4chan screenshot where I've seen someone saying, this is quality slop, you only like it because it's good. You only like this because it's good. This is just good stuff, slop. I play Rolat unironically with Shining Sark and Dark Magician cards when it comes out in Mass Duel. I guess they probably have like some synergies with like D-Mod. Probably. But yeah. So, first card, Raise Moon no Tobari Cielo. Raise Moon Veil Cielo. Level 7 spellcaster, 2100, 2100. Are all of these? Yeah, all of these are multiplication of 7 for the stats, huh? 2800, 700, 700, 1400. Yeah, all of these are multiplication of 7. Okay. 2121, you can only use this card's name tree effect once per turn. When you draw this card, you can reveal it, special summon it, okay. If this card is in your hand, you can place 1 other card from your hand or face-up field onto the bottom of the deck, special summon this card. Huh. Is that why Magical Mallet is here? It has something to do with putting cards at the bottom of your deck? And 3, during the main phase, quick effect, you can draw 1. You cannot add cards from the deck to the hand during the turn you activate this effect except by drawing them. That's really funny. Isn't this, what's it called, shared right? Right? That's so funny. It's literally gambling, huh? So you just like constantly gamble stuff and it's like, yep, I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna shuffle back, I'm gonna draw. Shuffle back, I'm gonna draw. Let me guess, all of them. Let me guess, all of the main deck monster have something like this. Okay. Second one, Raise Moon no Miyabi Carol. Oh, it's a zombie. Level 7 Dark Zombie effect. When you draw, you reveal it, special summon it. You can normal summon this card with attributing, but its original attack becomes 700. If this card is normal or special from the hand, you can draw 1. Also, you cannot special summon the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Light Exceed monster. You cannot add cards from the... Wow, yeah, again, another same lock. And this is not once per turn? I mean, this was also not once per turn, right? Yeah, that's really funny. So you can just like, if you constantly draw this, you can just constantly special summon them. That is pretty funny. Okay, so this replaces itself if summoned. Race Moon no Tsubasa Puppy. Race Moon Wings Puppy. Earth Beast? Wow, it's literally Mume. When you draw this card, reveal it, special summon it. If the card is normal or special from the hand, you can draw 1. Also, you cannot special summon, okay, Exceed Lock. And then the Shared Right Lock. Once per opponent's turn, you can immediately after this effect resolve Exceed summon one rank 7 light monster. Wow. Okay. So all of them have the effect of when you draw it, special summon it, and then when it's summoned, you can like draw or something. That's pretty funny. Again, this is another like Tearlament-ish deck where you I guess you don't want to have that much engine cards. That's really funny. It's not just a gambling thing, but 7 is a lucky number in Japan. Isn't 7 just a lucky number in general? I thought 7 being a lucky number is just a worldwide thing. That's why Casino does 777, right? Because it's a lucky number. Because whenever he sees Zombie Skull Servant Hero activation, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, the lock is like way too harsh for this to be put in like a non-zombie deck, I think. I hope Droll gets banned in all formats. God, I hope so. Next up, Race Moon no Yaiba Shina. Race Moon Blade Shina. Okay. Level 7 Wind Warrior, 2800, 2400. You can only use the third one once per turn. When you draw special summon it, if this card is special by its one effect, you can target one monster your opponent control, place it at the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. You can discard this card, draw 1. You cannot add cards from the deck. Okay. So, yeah, if this card is just in your hand, you can just like, nope, I'm drawing another one. And this does stop the, loop of drawing, I guess, if you summon it. But this one have an effect when summoned. That's pretty cool. Okay. This one shuffles to the... Well, not shuffle. Technically put to the bottom of the deck, but like basically shuffle to the deck. Okay. Next up, Race Moon no Akari Crucier. Crucier? Crocier? I don't know. Courier. Courier Cat. Level 7 Fire Dragon, 2800, 700. You can then use the third one once per turn. When you draw, special summon it. If this card is special summoned by this first effect, you can target one spell or trap, place it at the bottom of the deck. You can discard this card, draw 1. Okay. I guess it would be kind of annoying if you have multiple of these cards in your hand, right? Because then you can only use it once per turn, but still. Like, that's still like pretty good. So this one doesn't seem as good if it's just spell or trap, right? And it's very much really gambling on top of that. This doesn't seem that good. But I guess, like, it's still a body on the field. Kind of funny, but low-key sucks with, like, the entire deck, or... Rogam, this is not a Battle Cats... this is not a Battle Cats stream. If you want to, like, play Battle Cats, go play it yourself. I would rather this stream stays to the topic of the stream at hand. And if you're just here hoping for me to play Battle Cats, I will not do that. I mean, I'm not going to do it regardless. But, you know. If you're here for Battle Cats, I would highly recommend you to leave because I'm not giving you Battle Cats. I would highly recommend to find another content creator to search Battle Cats videos on. I literally have Battle Cats videos on my channel, just watch them. Like, why are you going to a non-Battle Cats stream hoping for a Battle Cats content? Just watch my Battle Cats videos. Anyways, this one doesn't seem as good if it's just Spell or Trap, but I guess it's situational enough. I mean, I guess it's the fact that you can't search it. I mean, this is literally a gambling deck, I guess, that's the point. It's a powered-down version of some other decks, I guess so. Is a Battle Cats notification when your stream starts regardless of game? No, it's not. I mean, I guess I do say the cats are battling in the walls, but that's just the default notification. I'm not saying that I play Battle Cats, you know, it's just that the notification have the word cat and battle in it. And this one is just this one's just a turtle. That's so funny. Water Aqua Race Moon no Hajime Squeeze. Starter Squeeze. 700, 1400. You cannot add cards from the deck to the hand during the duel. What? Wait. For the entire duel, you activate this card's effect except by drawing them. Wow. That's so funny. One quick effect, you can discard this card and activate one of these effects, but you only use each of these effects this card's name once per turn. You cannot special summon from the extra deck until the end of the next turn, except rank 7. Also, this turn, each time a card is added... Wait. Also, this turn, each time a card is added to your opponent's hand except by drawing it, draw one card. Wow. That is so funny. That's so funny. What the fuck? I mean, yeah, I can see why you put this lock. I can see why you put this lock. Like, this is basically a Charmy. It's basically a Charmy every time your opponent searches a card. But I mean... I don't know, maybe it is a bit rough for the lock for the entire duel, but still. That's so funny, actually. Wow. I hope this card will get troll banned. Please, Konami, please. It's way too strict. Yeah, it's like, I can kind of see why, but entire duel I feel like is too strict. Like, I get maybe like up until the end of your own end phase, you know, so it's like 2 turns. It's like opponent's turn and then your turn you can't search, but then after that you can still search. But for the entire duel is a lot. Can't you use this with Xenovaders? I guess you can. I guess you can, because Xenovader doesn't add from deck, right? Yeah, I guess you can. I guess you can actually search. You can actually use this one specific card. I guess, that is... Actually, that is interesting. If you're just in any deck that doesn't directly search from deck, then you can just use this as a generic hand trap, right? You can use this as kind of like an extra Charmy, essentially, if you're playing on a deck that doesn't search from deck. Like, maybe if it's like a deck that like banishes from deck or sends cards from deck to the graveyard, but doesn't search, then you can use this card as like just a generic hand trap. That's really funny. You actually can use this card in Xenovaders, it's interesting. Yeah, I guess so. You can embrace the Gamba spirit, yeah. But those lock you, right? Oh, right, yeah, it also locks you. Well, I mean, Xenovader doesn't have an extra deck, technically, right? I mean, you can play, like, generic links, I guess, with Xenovader, but, like, Xenovader also already locks you from activating Xenovator cards anyways. Like, this is going to, like, you're gonna activate this before the Xenovator cards anyways, you know? So I think it's fine. Like, the Xenovator effect lock, I think is fine. But at the same time, this is also not a card that you want to banish face down, so... But like, you can definitely technically still use this, right? But yeah, Xenovator doesn't even really use the extra deck, so... You actually do need the extra deck in Xenovator to clear space for the trap to summon? The trap? Oh, like for the attributes, is what you mean? Yeah, but you're not gonna summon it, right? Like, you can banish cards face down from your extra deck, but you're not gonna summon them, so it's fine, right? It's weird that the gambling deck works with a deck that is just a different types of hell. I mean, this one is also a gambling deck, right? This too is a gambling deck. Like, this is the two sides of gambling. Casino or hell. If you're going second, I don't think you're gonna use the trap anyways. Probably. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty neat synergy, I suppose. Also gambling, drawing normal monsters. Fucked up. Okay. And then we have two extra deck monster. Both are level 7 light exceed. Race Moon no Yozora Cielo. No more bets. No more bets, you say as you bet. Rank 7 spellcaster exceed 2100, 2100. Two level 7 Race Moon monsters. Oh, this is specifically Race Moon. Okay. Cannot be used for material for fusion, exceed, or link. Okay, so can't make Typhon, I guess. Gain these effects while in the extra monster zone, unaffected by other cards. And when an opponent's activated card or effect resolves that includes an effect that adds a card, you can make that effect become draw one card? What? Okay. So, instead of adding a card, you're letting your opponent draw instead. Okay. And once per turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, draw one card. Alright. Another gambling. And if this card in your owner's possession is sent to the graveyard by your opponent, you can draw one card, of course. That's pretty funny. And the other one is Big Turtle Slot Machine. Race Moon no Nozomi Squeeze Jackpot. 1400, 2800, 2 level 7 monster. Oh, this one is generic, okay. You can only use the second effect once per turn. Your opponent's monster cannot target monsters for attack except this one. Okay. And if this card is Exceed or a monster is special summoned from the hand, you can detach any number of materials from this card. Place that many cards your opponent controls to the bottom of the deck in any order. Okay. So, on summon, you can shuffle up to the number of materials. And 3, each time your opponent makes a card leave the deck, except by drawing them, you can attach the top card of their deck to this card. Huh. This deck basically punishes combo decks, right? That's really funny. That's a cool way to, like, kind of punish combo decks. Instead of just, like, trolling them or some shit. Or, like, stopping them completely from searching cards. Instead, every time they search cards, you gain advantage. That's really interesting. That's a really cool way to counter, like, combo decks, essentially. Okay, what the fuck is with these messages? I'm sorry, I'm banning you. Like, you're very weird. Very strong going first, but very weak going second? I guess so. I mean, if you're against combo decks... aside from Race Moon, is there like a quick effect draw one from your hand? No, I don't think so, right? Like, I think it's just this. But I mean, you can easily just pair this with like Charmies, you know? You can just pair this with Charmy, and then like you draw one, and then you can like, if you're lucky with the draw, you can just like keep your like play going. Like, yeah, if you just play Charmies. I mean, I guess Charmy is also a bad draw in this deck, so it's also not. Yeah, I guess that's a bit weird, huh? Because, like, you can go second with just a bunch of Charmies so that you just draw a bunch, and then every time you draw, you can just activate stuff. But then also, like, if you draw into the Charmy, it also feels bad, so I don't know. I guess it is a bit weird. Like, balancing, like, the deck building of, like, how much Charmy do you want in the deck does feel a little odd. Because if you draw into the Charmy, it would be bad. Especially if you already special summon, right? Because then you wouldn't be able to activate another Charmy. And like a lot of the Charmy would just be dead draws. They can basically play 3 Purulia, 3 Fua, and 3 copy of their own draw to play on turn 0 because they the cards they draw will trigger, so I wouldn't dare to say it's bad second. Yeah, I think it's just that it's not that it's entirely bad second. I think it's just like how much non-engines do you want to play for this? Because like it's not like Tearlaments where you mill multiple cards. Like with Tearlament, you can mill like 3, mill 5, mill, you know, like basically 10, like mill 3 every time. So it's like if you mill 3, it's like even if you have non-engine cards, there's still a chance that you're gonna mill like the cards that you want to mill, right? But for this, since a lot of them are just draw 1, it means that if you draw into something that doesn't give you draw immediately, your plays are just over, right? Danger seems nice for this deck. Ooh, Danger! That's actually a pretty good... Yeah, Danger, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Danger would also be really good here, yeah. Same problem with draw cards that are... I don't know what HOPT is. Nessie plus Dogman to make 7. Oh yeah, Nessie and Dogman are 7, huh? Heart once per turn. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that's also a problem with that, yeah. I mean, with Dangers... what does Nessie do when it's discarded? Doesn't Nessie search? If the card discarded was not danger necessary, you can draw 1 card. If the card discarded, you can add 1 danger from your deck. Well, I mean, you can't do that. Because you're gonna be locked to not be able to search, right? You're not gonna be really able to search with Nessie. Like, you can play Mothman. Because Mothman is discard, draw 1, discard 1. Yeah, Mothman, if this card is discarded, you can draw 1 and discard 1. Just not hit the Nessie, we are gambling after all. That is true, that is true. Would the people think they need to post outrageous comment to get noticed? I mean, technically they did get noticed, but you know. You 100% want a full copies. Who cares if you draw into Charmies? You'll draw into your engine next time anyways. I guess so. Not sure on engine to non-engine ratio in this deck, yeah. It's like, I don't think you can play that much non-engines. You can play a couple for sure. You can actually play Rescue Ace, Attacker, and Impulse in this deck. Rescue Ace Attacker? Is that the one where, like, you can summon it, and then, like, when your opponent grabs a card, you can draw a card or something like that? Have you ever played this game? Look outside. No, I haven't. I've seen the... I haven't seen any gameplay of the game, actually, but I have seen, like, people playing it. Like, thumbnails of people playing it, but I haven't actually seen playthroughs of it. Draw 2, discard 1. Right. Also, I haven't seen the Spell and Trap. Do they have effects when drawn as well? Nemuranai Machi no Race Moon. Race Moon, the city that never sleeps. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Continuous spell. The first time each level 7 Race Moon you control would be destroyed by card effect, it is not destroyed. Okay. And 2, once per turn you can activate one of these effects. Place 1 card from your hand over the top of the bottom of the deck, then draw 1. And if you control a Spellcaster Race Moon Exceed, you can draw 1. Spellcaster Race Moon Exceed, so it's just specifically this one, right? You can't use it with this one. Once per turn during the end phase, shuffle all Race Moon cards in your graveyard and banishment into the deck. Okay, that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny, actually. I guess that's why it says the city that never sleeps. It's just like constant gambling. It's so good it must play like weeks worth of content for only $10. I'm not sure if it's like my kind of game, but I know people say really good things about it, but yeah. I guess this one doesn't have an effect when drawn into, but you do basically have Magical Mallet here, so... I guess that explains the Magical Mallet here. I don't know what these two are, but these are level 7 Exceed Light Monsters, so I assume this has something to do with drawing. And the trap card, it's the turtle getting 7 jackpot. Race Moon no Kirameki, the glitter of Race Moon. You can only use the second effect this card's thing once per turn. You cannot add cards from the deck during the hand. The duel, you activate either of these effects. Okay. First one, Special Summon Race Moon Exceed. Oh. Special Summon 1 Race Moon Exceed monster from your extra deck. If you do, attach this card to it. Then you can shuffle all Race Moon cards from your graveyard into the deck. And 2, you can banish this card from graveyard, draw 1. Okay. That's pretty funny, I suppose. So the second one is once per turn, but this one is not. So if you have multiple of this trap, then you can just set them pass, and then on the opponent's turn summon this one to have like your plays on the opponent's turn. That's pretty cool. Have you played Omori? No, but I have seen people play it. I mean, I played Deltarune, so... But yeah, I don't know about this one. Like, I feel like this deck feels a little weirder to play compared to Xenovader. I think it's just the fact that the Race Moon specifically only lets you draw once. And, like, if you draw into a dead card, you're basically, like, your gas just stops. And God forbid you get ashed. So, I feel like this gambling isn't as good. Like, the Xenovader one allows you to banish a lot at once, right? Like, banish 4 at once, banish 7 at once, banish 8 at once. Desires let you banish 10 at once. Small World lets you banish multiple times at once. And, like... So it allows you to still put in like a couple of like non-engine cards and still you're gonna get the hit. But this one is specifically only draw 1. So... And there's still locks as well, so it's not like it's easily splashable either. I don't think much of the cycling is once per turn. I mean, the cycling might not really matter that much, right? This feels like a knockoff Xenovader. I mean, you can also technically say, like, the Xenovaders are knockoff Tearlaments, but also not really. I don't think the Xenovader have any effects when banished face down, right? Like, they allow you to search cards from your banishment, but they don't do anything when banished face down by itself. I'm on the opposite side. I think ashing a draw one will feel terrible. I guess so, yeah. But if Droll still exists, this card comes to the TCG, that'll be a big problem, yeah. I mean, I feel like at the same time, Droll already kills a lot of deck anyways. So it's not like this deck is like the only deck that's gonna be affected by Droll. But it definitely gets hard countered by Droll. But I feel like a lot of combo decks are like that as well. But I guess at least with combo decks, it's like if you have the combo pieces needed in hand, you can still continue your play. This one is like you need to draw for you to start your play. They would have been better making these one deck rather than two. Wait, what do you mean? Want to hear something about Race Moon? The effective special summon themselves when drawn can miss the timing. Oh my god. Wait, is it a... Oh yeah, it is a when. Oh, that is pretty dumb. Wait, yeah, like if you... Yeah, if you have Charmy, right? If you Charmy the opponent, let's say you Perulia the opponent, and then the opponent summons something that have an effect when summoned, then you miss the timing, right? Yeah. Oh my god, that's so dumb. Why? That's so dumb. Upstart Goblin doesn't work, neither does Pot of Slot. Wait, does Pot of Slot draw? I thought Pot of Slot basically search. No, that does work. Wait, does it? I mean, if it's on the opponent's turn, your opponent will get to activate a card first, right? Like they summon a card, you draw, and then the opponent's if effect and the opponent's summon effect triggers, and then your effect gets to activate, but it misses the timing. No, they just both trigger at the same time. Oh, right. I guess so. Yeah. That does not make you miss the timing. Right, yeah. Wow, there's a lot of miserable Battlecats player here. This is like the third person I have to ban. I cannot think of a scenario that'll make you miss the timing with this card. The actual trigger ruling is that if you draw multiple Race Moons, you can only activate one. Wait, what? What the fuck? Wait, why? Oh my god, missing timing is so stupid, dude. I fucking hate when effects. Can only use one hand trigger at a time for some reason. What? What do you mean? Green Baboon ruling. What the fuck are you talking about? Green Baboon ruling? Green Baboon, Defender of the Forest. When a face-up beast monster you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can pay 1,000 to special summon this card. So that you can't summon multiple green baboons from your hand at the same time? What? Rulings. You cannot activate the effect of this card during damage step. When a beast type monster is, you can only special summon one, even if multiple copies are available in your hand or graveyard. Why? Ruling database. Card database. Green Baboon. Green Baboon. Activate your junk or face up on the situation. Well, it doesn't say here. Can the effects of Sacred Fire King Garunix and Dark Hole Dragon, which each special summon themselves, be activated? While both Sacred King Garunix and Dark Hole Dragon are in my graveyard, a fire attribute monster in my zone is destroyed. As a result, both Fire King Garunix special summon when discarded from your hand, and Dark Hole Dragon special summon discarded from your graveyard or hand, effect meets the activation condition. Can both these effects activated and form a chain? You can only activate one of these effects. Why? You can only activate one of these effects. These cannot be activated in the same chain. Only one trigger effect against special summon activating monster itself that can be activated in the hand and can be activated in any given chain. Why? A trigger effect against special summon the monster itself can be activated in the hand. Also includes the effect that can be activated in either of the graveyard. Question mentions, regardless of whether the effect is actually being activated in the hand or graveyard, only one of this kind of trigger effect can only be activated on the given chain. Why? What? Konami said so. I guess, bro. Probably just a balancing rule? I don't know, man. I think that's kind of dumb. Is this specifically only on when? Is this specifically only on when cards? No? Wait, really? So even on if cards is this like this? I've never seen anything like that. Remember Gazelle? Gazelle? I haven't fought Gazelle in a while. Works with other Radiant Typhoon monsters too, and they're an if. Wow. Oh yeah, Radiant Typhoon does have like if effects on quick play spell activation, I think, right? And I guess you can't summon multiple Radiant Typhoons at once. What the hell? That's so dumb. Oh my god, is this gonna be the fourth person I have to ban on this chat? Okay, at least you're not being weird about it, but... As usual, this is not a Battlecat stream. If you want to find Battlecats, please go somewhere else. You can summon both Crozia and Varorum if you activate a quick play only one. Wow! I guess I never noticed that. I guess whenever that happened, I just assumed they only decided to summon one. Instead of, like, literally not being able to. That's so weird. But I guess Konami said so. Just like how Konami said, like, you can treat that one, like, Umi card as not Umi, specifically for searching it. That's like my only... That's like the only thing I remember about like Konami said so ruling. It's always like that one Umi searcher that searches for a card that is not Umi but is treated as Umi, and therefore technically you can't search it because it's not, and because it's Umi. But Konami just said, okay, you know what I mean. What is this one? Okay, let me look at the extra deck monster they reprint, because like surely this is related to drawing cards. This card attribute is treated as a type of material, can be destroyed by battle, or it's going to be destroyed by activated effect. You can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, detach one material, and if you do, attach this target to discarded material. Oh, okay. This is just a generic graveyard, like, slurp. I guess it's just a generic good level 7 light exceed, right? 3 level 7. If you activated any of these cards, affect your opponent, take no further damage this turn. You can target one monster your opponent control, equip that target to discard as an equip spell, whose effect makes this monster gain 1000. This card has, as an extra material, you can gain this effect, you can detach 3 exceeds and all number monster equip. I assume this is not important for this deck. Okay. And Magical Mallet. And what is this? Sacred Sword of 7 stars. I don't know what this is. It's one of the very few usable light exceed, right? Banish one level 7 monster from your hand or face up, field, draw 2. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the one that shuffles card back includes banishment, right? Wait, no, this one is graveyard. Oh, this one is graveyard and banishment. So yeah, I guess you can like grab the cards back from banishment with the continuous spell. That's cool. Lucky Straight is the card you're looking for there. Wait, cards that I'm looking for? Wait, what do you mean cards that I'm looking for? Oh, this one? 3 level 7... Oh, it's also a light exceed. You can detach 1 exceed from this card. Roll a 6-sided die. Hell yeah. Oh, I think I vaguely remember this card, because wasn't this like in the anime? Like I think like you fight, like one of the anime fights was like against a guy who was like somehow always fucking lucky, I think, right? Like they always get like 6 on their dice roll or something like that. You can attach 1 exceed from this card, roll a 6-sided die twice, and this card's attack becomes the larger number rolled times 700 until the opponent's next end phase. If the total roll was exactly 7, apply one of these effects. Send all other cards on the field to the graveyard, special summon 1 monster from your hand or either graveyard, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. Wow, that's so funny. This is the actual boss of the archetype, I guess. The fact that it's level 7 light exceed as well is so funny. I assume, honestly, it almost feels like they made them level 7 light exceed. They make you lock into specifically light 7, light levels, rank 7 exceed purely for this. Like, that's so funny. They made this archetype light exceed 7 because it's exactly this card, yeah. The only other light rank exceed that could matter is Experly Happiness. You can play Experly Happiness here? Oh yeah, it is. You can detach 1 material. If you do, negate the effect of the face-up monster your opponent currently control until the end of this turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it's during your main phase, but still. Your opponent cannot activate cards in response to the activation of this card if this card is level 1 purely. Okay, yeah. I think the other effects probably don't matter, right? Like, this is just basically Dark Ruler. It's funny because they're based on a price card that's a rank 8. What? It's slim pickings. Yeah, I guess so. I guess for the most part, you're not... I mean, these are still, like, decent enough, right? Like, it's not the craziest thing. You can also just... I don't know. I guess it's... You're mainly still gonna rely on the main deck monster, I guess. You don't need much more than the unaffected guy, I guess so. Oh my god, why is there so much Battle Cats players? Yes, I know what Battle Cats is. Yes, I'm a Battle Cats YouTuber, but this is not a Battle Cats stream. I would highly recommend that if you're looking for battle cats, this is not the place for it. I don't want to talk about battle cats right now. Please just watch my other battle cats videos. I'm so tired. This is like the 8th time I have to repeat this stream. I do have... Where is it? I do have this. I still have this text, but you know. Also, let me get a drink. You can't rely on anything, that's the point, that's the gambling archetype. Yeah, but it's like at least stuff like, you know, Tearlaments or Xenovader lets you gamble multiple cards at once, right? Like, it lets you gamble multiple cards at once, but the Race Moon one is specifically only draw one, draw one, draw one. So it's like, if you just don't get the hit, you're just like, well, my play is over. Like, there's a reason why Tearlament is famously known for its consistency, despite being a gambling deck, right? I already released the casino, I'd rather not relive that with Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is already basically casino anyways. This is how I found out my Battle Cats guy also plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while now. Yeah, I've been streaming and uploading Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos for a while now. Basically Magnus with extra deck. I don't know what Magnus is. Magnus? I assume it's not this. Extra step, oh. Yeah, it is. Oh, Super Quantal? Oh, right, because I think... I don't really remember Super Quant that much, but... You do basically want to, like, slowly crawl up in ranks and, like, gather a bunch of different cards to then make, like, the big mech, I think, right? This card sent to the graveyard, especially summon 3 Super Quantal Mech Beast Exceed monster with different name from the graveyard. This kind gains its effect based on the number of materials, different names attached to it. 2, once per turn you can attach 1 material from this card, shuffle 1 card in the field to the deck. 4, it's unaffected by card effects. 6, your opponent cannot add cards to the deck related by card effects, okay. Wrong one, rank 7 is the one with light exceed. Oh, there's a different one? I have no idea which one you want. I'm just gonna go to Yu-Gi-Oh! DB. Why is it in Japanese? Card search, rank 7, exceed light. There is no Magnus. Why didn't you use MDM? What the hell is MDM? Oh, this one? Super Quantal Mech Beast Lusterex? Cannot attack unless it has material. Once per turn, you can attach 1 material, target 1 effect monster in the field, negate until the end of the turn. This is a quick effect if you have White Layer. No. Eh. I guess you can make Rhinos Bus as well. Master Duel meta? I don't know. I'm just used with this one. I'm not talking about that, I'm saying Race Moon 1 is basically the same as Magnus. Oh. Yeah, I don't know enough about Super Quantal. to know about that. I'm just gonna assume it has a little bit of gambling. Best website for Master Duel as it is right now. I mean, I think this is fine as well right now, so I don't know. Like, I'm just used with this. How do you not know about MDM? Everyone uses it. I think I've used it a little bit to, like, look up certain decks, I guess, but I don't really ever... Well, I wouldn't say ever, but I really rarely ever look up other people's decks. Like, I feel like... I don't know, like when I'm doing deck building, I always just try to research individual cards myself. So I never really look up other people's decks, I don't know. It's not just to look up deck lists. I mean, I know that's not the only reason, you know, like, it exists, but, like, I just don't have a reason to go there, I guess? I don't know. Has one of the best card searches. I mean, I don't know, like, I'm just used with this, I guess, like... I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I genuinely don't know what you want me to say. Like, I'm just used with this. The Race Moon ranked 7 effectively says your opponent cards can't add items unaffected like Magnus. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, yeah. I see what you mean. I thought you mean just like the entire Race Moon archetype. No, okay, yeah. I mean, they don't say... I mean, I guess this one does, like, change adding a card to draw, but yeah. Like, at least it doesn't stop your opponent from drawing, from searching. Well, I mean, it technically kind of does, but, you know, it does still let your opponent draw. The second effect's not once per turn, yeah. But again, at least it still lets your opponent, you know, draw. It's not gonna search the exact thing, but, you know, at least it doesn't completely stop your opponent from it. They get to gamble. Yeah, you force your opponent to gamble, which is pretty funny. Yeah, cool deck. Like, theoretically cool deck. I'm not really too confident about the Race Moon cards being good. Honestly, I'm more confident that the Xenovator would be actually pretty nice, but I'm not too sure about Race Moon. I just think it's like too all or nothing, and even if you keep on getting hits, it's not... Like, the ceiling isn't that crazy big either. I don't know. Like, the gambling is very... random. Well, I mean, obviously gambling is random, but, like... It's too inconsistent and the ceiling isn't that high. I don't know. If it's either more consistent or have a better effect, then maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Richmond is the best deck from this. The one Exceed alone is the better than the entirety of Senate. Okay, well, yeah, Senate wasn't actually that. Senate doesn't feel that good. I guess this one is unaffected, so it's, like, not easily outed. But still, I don't know. I guess it is still good, it's just I'm not too confident that, like, you can play this deck consistently, ironically. Obviously, it's gonna be inconsistent, but, you know, I don't know. But yeah, pretty cool cards. Also, I have not touched Master Duel for this entire stream. I might not be playing for too long anyways. I might actually be only playing for like 30 minutes or so. But yeah, that's the new cards. Cool new cards. I'm sure some people can make these deck works. And I think it's really funny that like these both are like really gambling decks. But yeah, that's Xenovator and Race Moon. Okay, let me boot up Master Duel now. I want to boot up Master Duel. I'm probably not gonna play that much matches. I'm probably just gonna play like 1 or 2 matches, I'm not gonna lie. Oop, okay, let me just... There we go. Also, wait, what did I want to say? I suddenly forgot. Oh, right. I've been making a pumpkin deck off stream, and I decided to roll some of my gems off stream. Like, I think last stream, before I ended last stream, I had like 5k-ish gems, and I rolled a bunch of them to try to roll for pumpkin cards, and I didn't really get anything except for like a new copy of Ectoplasmic Fortification. Try on with Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega or something. I don't know. Like, I'm just not used with... I don't know. Something about other, like, card simulator just doesn't scratch the right itch for me. But yeah, also, yeah, there's a Fusion Cup going on as well. I'm playing tier branded. Also, I am starting to develop this pumpkin deck that includes Fiendsmith. Oh man, the new pumpkin cards, I'm so happy they released Officiating Reverie and Officiator of Doom Samuel, because these 2 cards are like so important to the pumpkin deck, I feel like. Like, these 2 are so good for the pumpkin deck. This used to be a Pumpkin Skull Servant deck, but it's a bit weird, but funnily enough, I don't think they synergize that well. Main reason being that, weirdly enough, you know, despite being a zombie deck, a lot of the pumpkin cards don't actually do anything in the graveyard. And the Skull Servants, despite being, you know, like one of their biggest strength, I would say, is the fact that they always want to be in the graveyard and is fine in the hand as well. And therefore, and is also really good at milling. But that just makes it so that, like, it's just really awkward to try to balance the deck. On top of that, it also makes it so that, like, a lot of the pumpkin cards actually wants a lot of cards in hand and stuff. So, like, your card economy in hand matters. That's why it, like, is really good to run Super Poly and Droplet with Skull Servant, because, like, you don't actually care that much about cards in hand, because you most of the time you just want to dump them to the graveyard. But a lot of the pumpkin cards you want to be in hand, and so mixing the Skull Servants with pumpkin actually makes it feel kind of awkward on, like, how much discard cards do you want and stuff. I don't know, it's just weird. Indium has a new feature called combos and counters. Counters are useful when learning when to hand trap decks. See, that's the funny thing about, like, okay, I say this that I have Ash in this deck, but if you've seen, like, pretty much all of my previous decks, I have no hand traps. There's no hand traps here. This one, no hand traps here. What the fuck is an Ash? What the fuck is an Imperm? I mean, I have Charmy, I guess, but I assume that's not what you mean, you know? I just felt like going second, Ash just feels really weird. Like, it's weird to say, but it felt like Ash doesn't feel as worth it compared to just board breakers in general. So that's why I don't really like putting Ash. I put Ash here because, for the first time in forever, I'm actually playing a going first deck. Like, this is actually a going first deck, which crazy. crazy new thing that I'm trying out right now. That I'm actually trying to go first. But like pretty much every other deck that I run, I've been a going second deck, and Ash just feels awful for some reason. Ash is better going first, yeah. But yeah. Oh, also, I want to show you this. I think I put this on Twitter as well, but like... Is it this one? Yeah. This one. This is a Fusion Cup duel. You see the total number of turns? It's 7 turns. It's a 7-turn duel. It's pretty cool. Pew. I'm going first. I have Fua in hand, but that's fine. Also, I have Dogmatical Lawbringer, which is pretty funny as well. Let me just speed this up. This doesn't matter, it's just my tier combo and stuff. On hindsight, I don't know if that was a good idea, but anyways. I summon Lawbringer, which allows me to just send cards from the extra deck to the graveyard. I send Albion. And then they send Starving Phantom Fusion Dragon for Heavenly Dragons. And for a sec I was like, wait, am I fighting Predaplans? So currently in my head I'm like, okay, maybe I'm fighting Predaplans and they just happen to, I don't know, like maybe they have Super Poly or something. So I decided to make Rule Kalos instead of Kaleido Heart, because Kaleido Heart is a dark monster. And I'm just like, if I put dark monsters, then it might be easier for them to fusion summon stuff. So I decided to go with Rule Kalos instead, even though Rhino Heart is here. This is a poly target. I mean, yeah, that's I found that out later, but yeah. Currently, it's just my end phase. Like, I have Pua in hand for no reason. A lot of them are really doing nothing, because I didn't really hit anything off of the mill anyways. But hey, at least I get to set Fallen and Virtuous and also grab Cartesia back to hand. But otherwise, it's just like Rule Kalos, Fallen and Virtuous, and Ecclesia, which is still like pretty decent, right? And then they use Beauty Race map, and then they grab Dark Lord, and I'm like, oh, I have never seen Dark Lords yet. But yeah, they are fusion monsters, right? Like I haven't actually fought any Dark Lords. I've seen like they got new Dark Lord cards, but I never actually fought against them. So that's cool. Also, I will say, this PD Race map, this was a mistake. You'll see why, but this was a mistake. Condemn Dark Lord. And then from here, I just decide, okay, you have a bunch of tokens and a Link monster. I'm just gonna try to, like, Super Poly with Albaz, right? Albaz. And, of course, they have Droplet. Makes sense. I mean, it is their archetype, right? Like, the Forbidden Quick Play spells. Makes sense. Fair enough. Dark Lord Dance, activate Rule Kalos, send Rhino Heart. And then Banishment of the Dark Lord, grab yet a second Dark Lord Dance. I'm like, okay. Whatever, man. Also, this is still a funny card because they made them slightly inch apart. What duel was the longest? My longest duel in competitive was 59 turns. I don't remember. I think I had ones where it's like slightly above 10 turns. But I think that's about it. Put Fallen Virtuous. I tried to summon Rhino Heart again. I don't know, like, I don't think I can stop them from fusing with this, right? Because they already have like 3 Dark Lords anyways. So I figured that like, I would rather just like Fallen Virtuous now to try to get to Rhino Heart. I'm not really sure if this is a bad play, but like, whatever. They summon Evening Star. Because I think Evening Star says you can't... Yeah, you can't target it, right? So I'm just like, well, maybe I'll just use Fallen Virtuous right now to try to make Rhino Heart. Sorry, to make Kaleido Heart, I mean. Do that. And from here, and then they get to Fusion Summon again. First Dark Lord. And I make Kaleido Heart. And I'm like, well, none of these are targetable, so I'm just gonna target one of your spell and traps and just hope that I hit the right one. And then they grab Droplet back. They pay 1,000 to grab Droplet back. They attack my stuff. They hit my stuff. Also, Dogmatical Lawbringer can bring back my Fallen Inversions, which is sick. Which is also funny because I only have one copy of Fallen Inversions. This is my only one copy of Fallen Inversions. And they pay 1,000 again to fuse again, to attack again. And this is what I mean by pre-race map was a mistake. Because now they're at 1,000 health, and they can't activate any of these cards anymore. Because they need to pay 1,000 to activate any of these. They also changed the name from Dark Lord Pleasure to Dark Lord Dance. Okay, I can at least kind of see going, you know, like censoring pleasure, I guess. It's like going from quote-unquote pleasure to quote-unquote dance, you know? I summon this, I summon Ecclesia, and then they ash my Banana Fusion. I'm like, okay. Well, from here, I try to fuse. I just summon Granguinol. I don't know what to make here. And then I put Rimbrum back. I put Rimbrum to the graveyard. They do Dark Lord Rebellion. They pop my Granguinol, which is honestly fine. Granguinol still functions in the graveyard anyways. And then they get another Dark Lord Dance. Amazing. Then they set Dark Lord Context and Trap. And then I put Rimbrum out. Summon Fallen of the Albas, discard that. And they have Droplet. So wait, actually what did they send for the Droplet? Oh, they sent one of the Trap, right. They just do that. And then N. And I try to summon. I don't know why. I don't know if this is the better play. Like, I don't know what's the better play here. But I just decided to summon Kaleido Heart because I want to shuffle one of the back row, and also this is just a fusion monster that's with like a relatively big booty. And if this is destroyed by card effects, then I can fuse again. But you know, they probably wouldn't do that. I don't know if this is like the best idea, but you know, it is what it is. And I'm like, okay, I got nothing here. I can't use Branded in High Spirit because I think Ecclesia, the target for Ecclesia is Granguinol, and Granguinol's already in the graveyard, so. Turn 6, they also got nothing. And then since a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard, I can grab this back, and I can also grab Curtesia back. Hell yeah. And turn change. And like, ooh, Shiren. Okay, finally. Something that I can use Branded in High Spirit for. Send Rule Colors, grab Shiren. And like from here, I'm like, okay, Shiren effect, and then they maxi. I'm like, okay, fine. And from here, I'm like, okay, I have several potential fusion targets. But at the same time, I don't exactly know what I can make here that can out this. Because this is untargetable, 4,000 attack monster. Like, what could I possibly make here? I can't make that one Despia monster that lowers the attack, because it only lowers attack with fusion monsters with like 8 or higher, right? Like the only ones that are unaffected. And I can't do like Dragostapelia because that targets. I can't make Mirror Jade because Mirror Jade requires a Albas and a monster. I guess in hindsight I could have made Lebellion, right? Yeah, I guess in hindsight I could have made Lebellion then make Mirror Jade to banish, because Mirror Jade's banish is non-targeting. I guess I could have done that. I didn't think about that actually. On hindsight I should have just done that. But instead, I go for the funnier option. Fuse 7 cards, Alba System Dogmatic Calamity. Because at this point, why the hell not? So I just made a big beat stick. And then I banish that, grab Fallen Inversions again just in case I need it. And then I attack with 4,500. Bam. And then Quem finish him off. It's just, I'm glad I have a reason to summon Dogmatic Calamity. It's not usually a good card, but it's a card that can be really funny if you put it in. Censoring it is more lame than other example because the whole Dark Lord archetype is about succumbing to your desires. I guess so, but I guess I can say it's like Dark Lord desires or something. I don't know. Alright, let me just play one Fusion Cup in this duel. I think after this, I'm just gonna end stream. Curse my name, okay. Going second it is. Also, low-key, I kind of miss a cliche in the Dark Dragon. Okay, Fua in hand, Supreme Seamare, and Droplet. That's not bad. 2 Droplet is a bit annoying, but at least I can use it as a discard cost. Ninja oh. What do you mean Ninja Grandmaster? What the fuck is this? Ninjutsu Art of Duplication. Switch summon any number of ninja monster from your deck in face-up attack position and or face-down defense position with combine the last level equal to the monster. This card leaves the ability to destroy that monster. What? Okay. Ninja. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target one face-down. Sorry, you get to the... Oh. Well, shit. Maybe I should have activated that first. If you have one face-on defense position monster you control, change it to face-up defense position, and if you do, change the card to face-down defense position. If the target monster is a ninja monster, you can negate the opponent's activated effects. Okay. Oh, I want them to activate their trap so that I can Fua them. I mean, I guess I can Fua now, and that'll force them to activate their... I don't know what the hell these cards do. What is this? What the fuck is Ninja? Tira, that's not good. Do I just shotgun the Fua? Cause I want to summon Supreme Seamare is the thing. I think I do. Like, at least I force them to use their trap if they want to. Okay, yeah. That's fine for now. Face up attack or face on defense with combination less than equal to weighted monster. And this card will destroy the monster. During your opponent's main or battle phase, you can fusion summon one fusion from your action that gives you a monster from your hand or field material. This card special summon for the face of the when you choose to face down. So. Okay. Well, I can't super poly them, so but I can still just droplet them. Yeah, I'm just gonna summon, and if they try to do anything, I'll just droplet them, right? Granted, this is not exactly... Oh yeah, I can super poly them. That's actually kind of funny as well. Well, I mean, no, I kind of want them to be negated. So... I guess I can droplet send Seamare and Kashtira? Because Seamare's gonna get fused anyways, right? Or I guess I can send Droplet and Kashtira. That is also possible. We'll send... No, I feel like Seamare's probably better. Yeah, Seamare and... What's the other droplet, actually? Okay. There we go. No fusion summoning for you. And we'll send Halfness. Halfness activate. I wonder if they have anything else aside from just this. Yeah. I guess I could have just fused with Kashtira instead of Seamare. That is also something that is possible. I think I'm gonna grab Shiren. And then I'll summon Shiren using its own effect. Send this. Mill 3. Let's mill more. I'll do Kitkalos and... I can't really fuse that much yet. I think I'm just gonna have to hope that I can mill. Hope that I can mill Shiren. Which might not be a good idea since I already have Shiren in the field. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. My deck? That is not Shiren. Those are not Shiren. Wait, actually. Branded Retribution? Grab Branded Fusion? Oh. What was that? I guess I can actually super poly my own cards, and that'll trigger as well, right? Nah, I'm just gonna Branded Fusion. Let's do Rinbrum. Send this and this question mark? Actually, maybe that's not a good idea. I don't really know. And then from here, I can... Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I was gonna say I can probably do Dogmatic Calamity, and then also make Mirror Jade. But yeah. GG's. Well, actually, I don't really know what the fuck ninjas are. Can I check? I can't check their deck. I don't actually know what the hell ninjas are. But yeah, I think that's the only duel for now. I'm already kind of tired. I'm already streaming for almost 3 hours. Unlike a bunch of Yugi tubers, I actually have to like still process a lot of cards and think very hard in my duel, and that tires me out so easily. I definitely want to stream Yu-Gi-Oh again because I want to show off like my pumpkin cards and stuff. But I really can't stream Yu-Gi-Oh for too long. Like it's actually tiring me out so easily. I don't know if I kind of want to stream again, but I think I want to just edit videos for now. I don't know. But yeah, thank you all for coming to the stream. There's barely any gameplay to the stream, but it is what it is. We've talked about Yu-Gi-Oh cards for 2 hours, and I think that's good enough. But yeah, thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for coming to the stream. I'll see you another time. Bye-bye. Well, not... Actually, I should do like a Battle Cat stream at some point, but probably not soon. Like, not today is what I mean. Maybe some other time. But yeah, bye-bye. See ya.